So one of the cool things is that when we read scripture and we're wrong sometimes, about how we interpret it or how we remember it, I think that's kind of better in terms of solidifying it in memory. For the longest time, I struggled to understand what 3 days meant when Jesus died and rose again 3 days later, because I was always thinking of it as 72 hours. I didn't understand how you could, go from Friday to Sunday. It just didn't translate in terms of how the days and the hours were presented. Jesus was put on the cross. It was like 9 in the morning and 3 o'clock, so 6 hours later, that's when they proclaimed him dead. Put in the tomb before sunset, before nighttime, because that's when the Sabbath started. But even if you go 3 p.m. to midnight, that's 9 hours. So then you have the whole next day, which is 24 hours, and if you add those, that's 33, which is the age he died. So now we have the next day, which is going into Sunday, and we don't know how many hours. And so that didn't make a lot of sense to me. I was like, that's like 2 days, it's like 48 hours. You have minimum 33 hours based on how it was written. And it could be anywhere between 33 and 39 hours of being dead to being risen again. It's kind of interesting because then he was here for 40 days afterwards. So in the numbers world, that's something that I find kind of fascinating. It was kind of like a build-up or like a counting point. So he could have risen right before, or it says, I think early in the morning. We have to pray for understanding because we don't understand on our own. It's a really complex book, especially because God is infinite in knowledge and wisdom, and to get that, you have to ask for it. What matters most is that he rose from the grave, and that tomorrow is Easter, and we're going to talk about that.